Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. The ceremony is about to begin. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Captain Casey Miner, and on behalf of the Professor of Military Science, Lieutenant Colonel Christopher Talcott, I would like to welcome you to the 83rd Annual Spring UCLA Army ROTC Commissioning Ceremony, named in honor of 2nd Lieutenant Mark Daly. Will you please stand for the arrival? Please remain.
Please bow your heads. Lord, we are truly blessed today as we celebrate with family and friends the commissioning of our graduating seniors. We appreciate the families and friends to share in this special event. We are thankful for the dedication and leadership of the graduating seniors and the impact they had on the ROTC program. Families, giving them the assurance that you are watching over them as they embrace the awesome responsibilities that come with leading soldiers. We know they will serve their country well. Bless them with your love and guidance. Also, keep the men and women serving overseas safe. Watch over them and protect them as they selflessly serve our country. We pray in Jesus' name, amen.
This year, we begin a new tradition with the creation of the Mark Daly Selfless Service Award. I now invite Lieutenant Colonel Christopher Talcott, our Professor of Military Science, to say a few words about the award.
Our Army and our nation lost one of our best and brightest officers and leaders, 2nd Lieutenant Mark Daly. I wasn't lucky enough to know Mark personally, but after talking to Colonel Buck, Major Barry, and many of our now seniors, it was evident he was very, very special. His ideals, values, and ability to visualize where he wanted to be and go stuck out in the conversations I had with many. For the past 80 years, there's been no recognition of veterans that have lost their lives from any of the ROTC programs. So with that, this fall we will have a formal plaque that will be dedicated and hung outside the UCLA Student Activity Center, and we hope to do that for Veterans Day weekend this fall. In addition, I, like many across our nation, to citizens who have not known true freedom for over 4 decades. So to remember and strive to be like Mark, we'd like now to honor our first recipient of the Mark Daly Selfless Service Award. We will also have a perpetual plaque that will hang in our cadet lounge, and the deserving senior who receives this award will take this beautiful statue with him today, and that is Cadet Dan Nelson.
Unfortunately, with advancing age, I need glasses to read. First of all, I'd like to thank the Military Science Department and the ROTC cadre and cadets for honoring Mark in this way, because it was through their guidance and teaching and leadership that Mark grew to become the second lieutenant in his case, the meaning of selfless service, and his commitment to country and to the Army and to his unit and especially his men. And that was one of Mark's strengths, is that he inherently and innately felt that it was important for him to boost the morale and confidence of his men. In his mind, there were certain stories that would come back from the people that served, soldiers that served with him in Iraq. He was known for having, it was called Mark Daly's tea time. In fact, a lot of our care packages to him, we had to send tea because he was going through it too quickly. By his room and spend time talking about everything from world politics to personal matters to upcoming missions, and just chat about things. And Mark would not only be a good listener to what was being told, but provide both of his commands that he had in his 2 companies. He made sure that his men were prepared for the mission, had their confidence ready, and then during the mission he would be giving them guidance and support the whole time. And I'm just honored that military, and also recognizing the sacrifices that some of its graduates have made, and creating an award that reflects who Mark was and what the military meant to him, and to a cadet like Dan Nelson, who exemplifies that traditions that they've learned here through this program and serve their country and the Army, their unit, and their soldiers with honor and pride. So thank you very much for doing this for my son and for our family. It truly means a lot. Thank you.
Mission needs their initial guidance and administer the oath of office as they embark on their time-honored journey as Army officers. We are extremely honored and privileged today to have as our guest speaker a distinguished soldier and the current commander of the 63rd Regional Readiness Command, Major General Paul E. Mock. Major General Paul Mock is a native of Southern California. After commissioning from Laverne College in 1972, he has His assignments within the 311 Support Command afforded him the opportunity to travel extensively throughout the Pacific Theater, and he was mobilized 3 times. As part of Operation Join in Denver in 1996, he served as a member of the 3rd COSCOM in Germany and as Chief Management Excess Team, Slavonski Brod, Croatia. In 2003, was mobilized for Operation Iraqi Freedom as Commanding General, 377 Theater Support Command, Camp Arifjan, Kuwait. Major General Mock's numerous military training includes completion of the Special Forces Qualification Course, and his awards include the Bronze Star Medal. As a civilian, Major General Mock is retired from the Los Angeles Police Department after 25 years of service.
We were waiting to see if you'd flinch when that big bumblebee was buzzing around your head. You held tight, though. Good afternoon. I'm honored to be here today. I'd like just to take see cadets about to be commissioned and our ROTC department here who does such a great job. Finally, I'd like to extend a thank you to the family of the 2005 Distinguished Honor Grad, Second Lieutenant Mark Daly. We're honored to have with us Mark's parents, John and Linda, Mark's wife, Janet, his sisters, Christine, Eric, and Nicole. To the cadets in the audience, it's a privilege to be standing before you today. The ceremony is a milestone for you. In a matter of minutes, you will step over the threshold from cadet to commissioned officer. You've endured 4 years of grueling academic and military training, and today you reap to foreign lands to fight for this great nation and the battle in the global war against terror. It is critical that you use what you have learned as a foundation. Take your training to heart. For nearly a century, the Reserve Officer Training Corps has provided trained leaders for America's defense as well as for the community in general. The Bruin Battalion has an 88-year history that officially began in 1920, when its application was approved by the Secretary of War. The Department of Military Science was organized that year, and 516 students were enrolled in the program, and the advanced course being added in 1920. The Department of Military Science has commissioned well over 2,000 second lieutenants. Today, you join this distinguished group. The young men and women that came before you have been active in every phase of campus life and have come from almost every academic discipline offered here at UCLA. Many of those commissioned have chosen the Army as a career. Vietnam, Panama, and the Persian Gulf conflict, and now in Iraq and Afghanistan, and wherever the Army has troop commitments today. In 1972, the first female cadets were enrolled in ROTC and subsequently graduated in 1976. Traditionally, females constitute 20% of the Corps cadets. Including Major General Retired John Singlaub, Major General Retired Louis Menetry, California State Assemblyman Tom Umberg, and Arthur Ashe. Today, ROTC nationally has grown to more than 270 fully participating programs at universities and colleges across the country. Annually, more than 60% of the Army second lieutenant journey began with my commissioning from ROTC in 1972. I know none of you were even born. After completing college, I quickly realized that learning is a lifetime experience. Whether you're pursuing a formal degree, military training, or civilian job training, you are always learning. So I believe that you too will continue is stretched thin. The op-tempo of today almost assures that you'll be thrust into leadership roles where your lives and the lives of soldiers could hang in the balance. Be smart, be efficient, and be confident. Let your military training become an instinct. In the difficult situations that you may face in the future, you may not have time to think. And leaders of today. Leadership bears great responsibility. As leaders, you are accountable for your actions. Lead by example and have the courage to speak your mind and do what is right. Your superiors and your subordinates will watch your every move to see if they can trust you and to see if you have what it takes, and I'm sure you do. Technically proficient, you will show those around you that you can be trusted. Trust is something that is difficult to gain, easy to lose, and even more difficult to reattain once you've lost it. There are many keys to success in the military, and different leaders have different leadership philosophies and styles. Your philosophy and style will develop over time. Two, live the Army values. And three, take the warrior ethos to heart. The soldiers around you will become your team and your family. I commend you for taking the challenge of a military career. As soldiers, we remember the 7 Army values through the acronym LEADERSHIP. The acronym stands for loyalty, duty, an Army values card in your wallet or around your neck on an ID tag. This is done as a reminder of their importance. Although this is important, what is more important is that you take those values to heart. Let these values guide you. Soldiers are also guided by the warrior ethos. I'll always place the mission first. I will never It is a set of principles that should guide you. Let me give you one more important piece of advice. You are ultimately responsible for your career progression. When you get to your first unit, meet with your rater and senior rater. Map out your goals and have a plan to achieve your goals. This will make the lines of communication stronger and give you a positive role model. Realize that you will be new to the Army and that the non-commissioned officers are, in fact, the real backbone of the Army. A squared-away, experienced senior NCO is an extremely valuable asset to you. Find the most respective E7 in your unit and learn from them. Pick their brains. Will respect you. If you care for your soldiers, they will care for you. As a second lieutenant, you will not have all the answers. As a matter of fact, in the beginning, you might have few answers. But find the answers and remember what you learn. This will ease your transition. Be proactive in your daily lives. Do not wait around you for something to happen and then react to it. If I haven't made this clear, let me give you a mockism. There are those who make things happen, those who watch things, what happened, and those who wonder what happened. Be part of the first group and make things happen. All of you standing before me today entered this ROTC program in the post-9/11 world, fully knowing that you could end up as individuals. I believe that many of you chose to be in the military because you believe in this great nation and the values that we hold so dear. There are individuals and groups in this world that do not hold our values. These individuals and groups believe that our great nation is a threat. Freedom and democracy are a threat to those who wish to oppress and control. I believe that terrorism is founded on fear. A group of terrorists was recently caught while participating or planning an attack at Fort Dix, New Jersey. Also in the last 4 weeks, 4 terrorists were arrested in a plot to blow up fuel storage and delivery systems at our own John F. Kennedy Airport here in the United States. The purpose of terrorist acts is to make those affected change their behavior. And these acts have we have become strong, resolute, and steadfast in our pursuit of freedom and democracy. We are a stronger nation, stronger individuals, and our military is a stronger force. Never forget that we live in the greatest nation in the world. And we are winning the global war on terror, and we will not waver, but it will take a while. That an unexpected, tragic event can take everything away. On January 15th, 2007, one of your own, Second Lieutenant Mark Daly, had his life taken when his vehicle hit an improvised explosive device in Mosul, Iraq. He had served in Iraq only 3 months when this happened. Mark was a special young man. And 5. Why do I mention Mark? He was at the top of his class and had no limits on his future. He was taken tragically, and because of this tragic and untimely death, he will forever be remembered at UCLA. Mark believed in freedom, believed in the United States, and believed in the United States Army. This belief in freedom ran deep in Mark. I genuinely believe that the United States Army is a force for good in this world. While in Iraq, Mark maintained a blog to share his views with people at home. I encourage you to read his words. When I read them, I was taken aback by Mark's deep understanding of mankind and his desire to make this world a better place. States was doing the right thing in Iraq for the right reasons. He dismissed individuals that criticized our government and the war. He believed that our nation had and continues to have an obligation to stand up for the oppressed. I would like to share a few words from Mark on why he decided to serve his country. Poignant statements, Mark said, "If you think the only way a person could bring themselves to volunteer for this war is through sheer desperation or blind obedience, then consider me the exception." Mark's words are a testament to his upbringing, his education, and his training that he received here at UCLA. During his time here at UCLA, Mark was a well-respected member of the campus community as a direct reflection of your parenting. I would like to extend a special thanks to Mark's parents, John and Linda, for attending this commissioning ceremony. John and Linda, I appreciate your continued support of the UCLA ROTC program, the Army, and this great nation of ours. From this day forward, this commissioning ceremony will be in honor of Mark. In addition, the Bruin ROTC program this year's recipient, Cadet Daniel Nelson. Keep Mark in your hearts and use his short but powerful life as a driving force in your future. Mark took nothing for granted, and neither should you. Go forth proudly today. Always reach for the high bar. Never sell yourself short. Realize your full potential. Be the best person, American and U.S. Army soldier and we will remain steadfast. Strive to make this world a better place. Anticipate the future. Be proactive and lead from the front. Hold on to your values and live them. Be Army strong, and you'll be a better soldier, and this will be a better world. Don't forget the motto of UCLA ROTC. UCLA values and make this world a better place. Good luck, Godspeed, and thank you for answering the call.
It is now time UCLA graduate earning a Master's of Science in Physics, branched armor, active duty. Catherine Alexander, a graduate of Mount St. Mary's College with a Bachelor of Science degree in nursing, branch nurse, active duty. Johnny Ray Anderson, a UCLA graduate with a Bachelor of Arts degree in International Development Studies, branch quartermaster, active duty. Garrickson Aquino Carpo, a UCLA graduate with a Bachelor of Arts degree in Asian American Studies, branched engineer, California Army National Guard. Edwin Frank Cruz, a UCLA undergraduate studying mathematics, branched military intelligence, California philosophy, branched ordnance, active duty. Jacqueline Nanette Morero, a California State University Northridge graduate with a Bachelor of Science degree in psychology, child and adolescent development, branch transportation, active duty. Michael John Stalkey, a Pepperdine University graduate with a Bachelor of Arts degree in political science. Bachelor of Science degree in Business Administration, branch quartermaster, California Army National Guard. Sandy Vitiano, a UCLA undergraduate studying political science, branch Field Artillery, active duty. Roy Chung Yao Yu, a UCLA graduate with a Bachelor of Arts degree in history, branch Signal, United States Army. A UCLA graduate with a Bachelor of Arts degree in history. Bryce Landon Matson, a UCLA undergraduate studying political science, branch Military Intelligence, United States Army Reserves. Not here today, but also commissioning later this summer and fall, are Jennifer Corbin, a California State University North Cadets, are you prepared to take the oath of office? Yes, sir. The next order of business is to administer the oath of office to our commissionees. Major General Mock will now administer the oath of office.
Obligation freely. That I take this obligation freely. Without any mental reservation. Without any mental reservation. Or purpose of evasion. Or purpose of evasion. And that I will well. And faithfully discharge. And faithfully discharge. The duties of the office. The duties of the office. Upon which. Upon which. I'm about
The next event is the individual pinning of each new lieutenant by family and friends. In sequence, I will invite families and friends forward to pin on the rank of each new lieutenant. Following the pinning, Colonel Talcott will present certificates to each officer's family. I will then present to you each new lieutenant and give them the opportunity to make comments. Of John Abraham to come forward and pin on the insignia of second lieutenant. Ladies and gentlemen, I now present you Second Lieutenant John Abraham. Lieutenant Abraham, the floor is yours.
Yeah, I'd just like to say thank you to the soldiers of the 120. And it's been a great year, or a great couple of years with them. It's been great to have the opportunity to jump with them. And I really appreciate that time with soldiers. I look forward to it every month. And finally, just to say that I'm thankful for this opportunity to serve and to lead soldiers. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Second Lieutenant Catherine Alexander.
Hello. I would just like to thank my family and friends, as well as cadre, cadets, and fellow second lieutenants for all of the encouragement and support that they've given me. Throughout the years, they have given me wisdom and advice, not only regarding the military, but in life as well. But I must say that I did need some guidance in how to wear the beret. Overall, this experience has taught me more about myself than I could have ever imagined. And I have to thank those here today for that. So I know I will take all the advice and memories that I've gained with me wherever I go. Thank you.
Friends of Johnny Anderson to come forward and pin on the insignia of Second Lieutenant. Johnny Anderson. Lieutenant Anderson, the floor is yours.
I'll try not to take too much time. I just want to thank a couple people. I want to thank my mother. I know it was I want to thank my dad. I don't know if you look behind me, I haven't done anything half-assed. And I'll never forget that day on the line when you came out and told me to quit and go back to school. And a couple years later, I'm proud of you. I want to thank my grandmother and my grandfather. I owe them so much. I want to thank General Mark for being here. And Sergeant Deddy for seeing something in myself that I didn't see. I want to thank the rest of the cadre. I want to thank the Dailies for being here, my fellow Bruins. And lastly, I want to thank and recognize my brothers and sisters. Please stand. Jessica, Samantha, Joey, Nicholas, and Nicole, stand up. Still managed to get up here. Thank you.
I now invite the designated family and friends of Anna Baez to come forward and pin on the insignia of Second Lieutenant. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Second Lieutenant Anna Baez. Lieutenant Baez, the floor is yours.
I want to thank all the special guests that I really appreciate you being so supportive and coming to this. I also want to thank our instructors and cadre. They have been amazing and mentoring and teaching us and really in building up to be us up to be the leaders that we are today. I feel like I've been given so much, so I hope to finally get to serve and give back a little bit of what I've been given. I also thank God for being my red.
I now invite the designated family and friends of Garrickson Carpo to come forward and pin on the insignia of Second Lieutenant.
I would just like to thank all of our special guests. I would thank my family, my friends, my peers, the cadre. To the newly second lieutenants, I am honored to have worked with every single one of you, and I am even more honored to continue to serve our country alongside you all. I want to say congratulations and good luck. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Second Lieutenant Edwin Cruz. Lieutenant Cruz, the floor is yours.
Okay, I'll try to keep this short. I just wanted to thank some people that are here for me today. First, Douglas and Adelio, my two uncles, who have been an integral part in my UCLA career. Also, my two best friends, Nelson and Rainers. I've known them for 7-8 years now, and I hope to be their friends for life. Grace, my significant other, whether it's fixing my shirt, cooking for me, or just helping me with like 1,000 different things, she's always 8 years. Thank you. And finally, I just want to wish all you new second lieutenants good luck in your careers and lives. Thank you.
I now invite the designated family and friends of Christopher Fields to come forward and pin on the insignia of Second Lieutenant. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Second Lieutenant Christopher Fields.
Becoming an officer in the military has been a dream of mine for a while. I joined the military out of high school in 2002, and I still am now completing my training, and this is the first day of the rest of my life. I have a lot to learn. I want to thank all the supporters that I have today. I have a bunch of family and friends here. I know without them that it would have been a lot harder. Bring my equipment with me. She's done a lot. And especially my friends. Love you guys. And so your support here today has shown me a lot. Thank you very much.
I now invite the designated family and friends of Jacqueline Marrero to come forward and pin on the insignia of Second Lieutenant.
All right. Well, I can't believe I'm here. First of all, I want to thank everyone for being here on this special day, not only because it's Father's Day, but also because today I have accomplished one of my goals of becoming an officer of this great nation. I want to thank the cadets and cadre as a daughter, a mother, a wife, the first college graduate, and first officer in my family. That would be brief. What I really want to say would be too personal, and I would have to go into detail and depth for anyone to understand. So for now, I want to thank my grandparents, my mom and dad, for letting me have the freedom of making my own life choices, because I think this far I've done okay. I want to thank my all again, and enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.
I now invite the designated family and friends of Michael Stalkey to come forward and pin on the insignia of Second Lieutenant.
Well, against all odds right now, there hasn't been anybody who's choked up during their speech yet. So I hope I continue that string of good luck. Just like to thank my dad, my mom. You know, it's Father's Day. Thanks a lot, Dad, Mom, all my family and friends that are here. But I love you all too. You're some of my best friends that I've had throughout my college career. All the cadre, Colonel Buck flew all the way out from Fort Knox to come see this. Major Barry, I appreciate you. One of the first people I saw when I what he did. And he was a big influence on me. I admired him greatly. That's why I chose the branches I chose, was because of your son. So, and I just thank God every day that I can do this and I can wear the uniform and I can just be a leader of soldiers. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Second Lieutenant.
I'd like to start by thanking everybody for being here today. When I think about freedom, it means a lot to me and my family. My father risked everything, including his own life, to escape communist oppression, to immigrate to this country. And for me, being able to defend freedom around the world right now and honor my father,
I now invite the designated family and friends of Sandy Vitiano to come forward and pin on the insignia of Second Lieutenant. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Second Lieutenant Sandy Vitiano.
How's everyone doing today? I originally had a long epic speech, but I think I'm going to cut it down just to the thank yous, just for your own sake. I'd like to first I'd also like to thank my family, my sisters, Norma and Sandra, and also my Aunt Jean, who's here, and my parents, Nara and Santi Viciano. Who would have thought that as a son of immigrants from Thailand, I would be standing before you today, a graduate of UCLA, one of the most elite universities. It's an amazing thing, and if it wasn't for the values, ethics, and virtues that instilled upon me by them, I wouldn't be here today, and I can't thank them enough for that. So, thank you. I'd also like to thank the cadre, past and present. The past, Lieutenant Colonel Buck. Of course, good old Master Sergeant Deddy, who? I'd also like to thank the current cadre, Lieutenant Colonel Talcott, Captain Miners, RNC, Sergeant First Class Gasaway, Master Sergeant Cook, and of course, Captain Higginson. And also the cadets, the core of the program. It's been a pleasure working with you guys this past year, and I look forward.
I now invite the designated family and friends of Roy Yu to come forward and pin on the insignia of Second Lieutenant. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Second Lieutenant Roy Yu.
Hello. Mom and Dad, thank you to my fellow lieutenants and soon-to-be lieutenants, especially, there are a couple, Bryce Matson, who helped to improve my PT score beyond 300, finally did it, and always been a source of motivation. Dan Nelson for introducing me to CrossFit and showing me how to truly be a manly man. Sandy V for making me laugh and letting me laugh at you. And, my mentees, DeJesus, Kim, and Yoon, make me proud. Hanky told me to mention him, so I'm going to. Do well, because I know you will. Take care of the battalion. And all my church friends and all my KCM friends who called me Army Man, today I really am the Army Man. And lastly, Colonel Buck, thank you very much. And together, and thank you to you all.
Although not commissioning today, we are recognizing Cadet Nelson's wife because without her, he would have never made. Cadet Nelson, the floor is yours.
Thanks. I was going for the off factor there. It worked. Possible to ever live up to, and I think you guys already know that, but I want to let you know that I know that too. I want to thank my family and the Daly family for the same things, basically, because I know the people that really want to, and in Mark's case, do embody the warrior ethos and the warrior spirit. It's easy for them. It's easy for them to do the hard thing. I can't thank both my family and your family for allowing those type of people to follow that path and truly follow what they feel is their calling. And what is their calling? I want to thank the cadre, past and present as well, for giving me this opportunity. And I think V actually mentioned it too. That's very apparent in Mark's case, and that's why everyone's so impressed with him. That's why I want to thank you guys so much, and my family as well. I want to thank you for doing the best you could, and hopefully I got some of it. I love you all, and thank you to my fellow cadets, and from Cadet Matson too, I want to thank you for putting up with us. And once again, I want to let you know that I usually blow off a lot of awards and like little things. Because of Mark, and thank you very much.
Cadet Matson, the floor is yours, surprised or not.
And thank them. I came to the program as a incoming junior and went to the Colonel Buck allowed me to go to camp without any prior service or anything like that. And the reason I was able to do that was because of my peers standing up here today. They took it upon themselves to teach me the ropes, and Mike Stockey had that land nav course in the beginning, so remember that. I couldn't have done it without them and the cadre, so I really appreciate those efforts. I'm not going to commission. Friend here to support me, and thank you to the Daly family. I only knew Mark for a short time, but he was an integral part of me joining the military because I came in, talked to Major Barry and Major Axelrod at the time, and Mark was in the lounge with Lieutenant Costa. They were in there talking about politics or something like that. I came in, they introduced me to him. His book for like the leadership training course. You know, he's telling me all about it, what to expect. He told me why he joined, and I looked at Mark and I thought to myself, you know, if someone as high caliber as Mark Daly's doing it, then it can't be that bad. So for that reason, mainly alone, talking with him that day, I went home, talked to my parents, said, hey, there's some great guys in ROTC. I don't think that's that bad of an idea to do it. I think
There is but one final rite of passage for these new second lieutenants. There is an old Army story about how non-commissioned officers raise and nurture young green officers to maturity and subsequently their success. The NCO was always there at the decisive time. time-worn tradition dictates, the lieutenant presents the non-commissioned officer who renders the first salute to a second lieutenant with a silver dollar. The salute from the NCO recognizes that his job is done to satisfaction. The return of the salute by the second lieutenant is an expression of appreciation and respect for the values, ethics, and lessons that the non-commissioned officer taught the new lieutenant. The silver dollar bond of these two professionals, proud mentor to beaming pupil, the bond of soldiers. It is the formal exchange between soldiers who understand that great and awesome responsibility of their commitment to serve this great nation. Lieutenants, post. Staff Sergeant Christopher Solom, please. And render the first salute to Second Lieutenant Johnny Anderson. Baez. Sergeant First Class retired. Master Sergeant Dwayne Cook, please take your post and render the first salute to Second Lieutenant Christopher Fields. Sergeant First Class Keith Gassaway, please take your post and render the first salute to Second Lieutenant Jacqueline Marrero. Sergeant First Class Keith Gassaway, please take your post and render the first salute to Second Lieutenant Michael Stalkey. Master Sergeant Dwayne Cook, please take your post and render the first salute to Second Lieutenant Kevin Sikora. Sergeant First Class Keith Gassaway, please take your post and render the first salute to Second Lieutenant Sandy Vitiano. Render the first salute to Second Lieutenant Roy Yu. I will now call forward Lieutenant Baez to make a special presentation. Lieutenant Baez.
This is for Major General Mock. We want to present you this book by John Wooden. It's on leadership, just as a small token of our appreciation for you taking your time to come and honor us with your presence.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to ask our Professor of Military Science, Colonel Christopher Talcott, to come forward and provide some final remarks. Sir.
We had a running bet to see who had the most family members. It was a debate between Baez and Cadet Yu. Both talked about 200 or 300 family members. When we said we Mr. and Mrs. Daly, Janet, and the rest of the Daly family, thank you for coming today. It means a lot to us. You know, one of the things that I sent in my newsletter is that I have the greatest cadre that I could ever ask for at UCLA. Not that, Colonel Buck, you didn't have a great group, but, you know, in my mind, on the nose today, spot on, that it's the families. And so, cadets, let's give them a round of applause. Now, lieutenants, for their support. Thank you. Just want to say happy Father's Day. Thank you for taking the time to come out. God bless you. Please drive home.
On behalf of the UCLA and the Department of Military Science, I would like to thank all of you for joining us to share this important moment and making this ceremony a memorable one. Indeed, today our nation became stronger. Please rise for the benediction and remain standing for the playing of the Army song.
We witness the first step in the newly commissioned lieutenant's journey of commitment to selfless service. We ask that you help them take all the key elements their families and this program have taught them so that they can effectively lead their soldiers. Help them use their talents and strengths that you have blessed them with. Look after them as they complete their training and move on to their first assignment. Watch over them during the tough times. Also during trying times, letting them know that you are guiding each son and daughter. We pray for their safety and again congratulate them for this great achievement. In your name we pray. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the ceremony. Please join us in recognizing the Army's newest second lieutenants. After the photo with Major General Mock to come forward and share their accomplishment.